Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Man You Got This, episode 13. 13 is considered to be a unlucky number for most people, but this is going to be a lucky number today. 13th episode. I'm going to call this episode Fuck Suicide. This is going to be a raw, unfiltered, uncut episode. Hopefully it reaches someone's heart. You're going to learn the unfiltered truth about me. So as I said, the number 13 classifies as far as being a unlucky number. I have the number 13 tattooed on my wrist to indicate and represent Jesus and the disciples, which means a lot to me. Jesus had took 12 broken men and made them disciples amongst him to spread his word for the salvation of the world. And I consider myself a disciple as far as with this message. As you know, September is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month. I'm speaking so hard about this because, believe it or not, for those people who don't know me or who know me, several months ago, I attempted suicide. That was the most selfish act that I performed in my life. Also, too, each day I'm living remorse. I'm living remorse. I have PTSD moments. I have moments in which I am so regretful, but I am so thankful that I was saved and that I was brought back to life. I always said that hell didn't want me and heaven wasn't ready for me yet because I was brought here for a reason. Several months ago, the week of I want to say Thanksgiving, one Tuesday morning, I woke up and I said, "Fuck it." I can't take this shit anymore. I can't take life anymore. I can't take the way that I'm living. I can't take the way that my life became. Um, Prior weeks prior to me wanting to do that act, I had things kind of planned out, making sure the proper beneficiary names was on my insurance policies, to see how insurances will be paid out and what can be done. On that morning, like I said, on that selfish act, you know, I even got to the point that I made sure that the way I was going to do it wouldn't be traumatic so that my family can really properly identify me at the morgue. That's how selfish I was about that particular decision. Um, that day was very painful for me. That day, I was found, I was revived, and I can never forget that day as far as being put inside the EMS and hearing my family in the background screaming, what happened? Is he okay? Is he alive? What's going on? Then me fighting with the EMS crew inside the vehicle, fighting for them to let me die because I didn't want the pain anymore. When a person contemplates and want to do suicide, they reach a point in their life in which they feel like they couldn't take it or handle it anymore. They tried in so many ways as far as to reach out. They tried in so many ways to hide the pain that sometimes it gets the best of them. They get tired of living the life at which they feel that they can't live. I reached that point and I reached that plateau. Um, I tried it, a couple times before, and I figured, third times was a charm. I thought, by me ending my pain would end the pain, but it didn't. I didn't realize how much pain it left behind, for my family and my friends. Left them with a question mark as far as, I didn't see this coming, or why would he do this? Or what's going on? Why did he reach to the point that, he didn't reach out and talk to me? Those questions, I wish I could have answered and explained. You know, when I did, what I did, I just left a simple note saying, "I'm sorry." And that's how selfish I was. That day, I can never, forget. As far as being inside the hospital, how they was medically, treating me, for my injuries. then that night, I had to make the decision as far as to voluntarily be placed in a mental institution or be court directed to go. So I made a decision to voluntarily go based upon interaction with family and based upon interaction with the hospital staff. That stay in the mental institution was an eye-opening moment for me. I was getting help, but also too, I had a moment of pride, being inside there. You know, I'm amongst people that are, coming off of drug withdrawals, people that has very, very high psychiatric episodes where they were throwing items against the wall, throwing themselves against the wall. And I'm sitting there, being the only normal person there and saying to myself, why am I here? Then I had a hospital staff, come to me and talk to me and say, you're a quite normal dude. Why are you here? And in the back of my mind, out of my mouth, I said, you know what? I don't know why, but I broke. So I stayed there, I did my therapy. I kept quiet, made my bed, did my counseling. And fast forward after that, I did outpatient counseling and therapy, and that helped me out. But there are some days, I have my peaks and I have my valleys. You know, Doing that, I caused a lot of pain. Not only pain for myself, but pain for my family. You never know that how much pain you inflict on someone, when you try to take your life or when you're not present. You don't know how much of an impact that you have. For those of you who are contemplating on suicide, are thinking about it, fuck that. Don't do it. Use this opportunity to get help and reach out and talk to someone. You know, Reach out. That's all I'm asking. I do these messages for a personal reason as far as, using my life as a testimony to help other individuals who's out here, struggling. It's enough of this, man up. It's enough of this as far as, say it with your chest. Right now, sometimes, you got to get your ass down on your knees and surrender and say, you know what, I surrender and I need some fucking help. And that's what I had to do. I had to say, I need some fucking help. And just reach out to someone. I pray every day, I meditate, but I still can't get that pain out of my mind as far as, what I've done. And I'm not gonna admit, I do have PTSD moments where, I wake up at night in a cold sweat, thinking about that day. But also too, there are certain things, that triggers me. Movies, songs, smells, that triggers me of things that was happy inside my life. So each day, I go on rebuilding myself. Rebuilding myself as far as being a better man than I was before, but also too, working on to the point that in which, I am loving myself. One thing that I didn't do was that I didn't love myself. I thought loving myself was pouring out into other people, being a yes man for everyone, doing everything I can for everyone. But all it was doing was hurting myself and depleting, my battery. So for those people, that you constantly you pouring, stop pouring. Pull a glass out for yourself and pour something for yourself. Pour one out for the homie, which is you. Take some time out for yourself to get yourself, mentally right. Take some time out, to detox. If you have to remove people from your life, do that. But do not move your life, because that is some fucked up shit right there. And that's something that, that I have to live with each and every day. Looking at the eyes of the people that love me and realize, how much pain, that I would have, left them, with that act. So once again, like I said, this month is Suicide Prevention Month. Take the opportunity to talk to someone. If you see a family member or a friend, or someone that's struggling, just do one thing. Just talk to them and ask them how they're doing. And we ask them how they're doing. Make due to your promises, that you're going to help them out. because that is like a mental contract or bond to that person when that person is talking to you and pouring themselves out to you. So take care of yourselves and always remember, man, you got this.